Every morning is a fresh beginning. How you spend your first moments can shape your entire day. When guided by timeless spiritual wisdom, those first few minutes become powerful. The teachings of the Buddha offer gentle yet profound practices that can heal your mind, uplift your heart, and center your soul. In this video, you'll learn 9 simple morning habits. Practice them daily and slowly watch your life transform from within. Lesson 1. The 2-minute mind reset. When you first open your eyes before reaching for your phone or jumping out of bed, take just 2 minutes to reset your mind. Lie still and observe your thoughts as they arise without judgment or attachment. This simple practice comes from the ancient tradition of mindful awareness, where we learn to witness our thoughts rather than being controlled by them. Notice how your mind may already be racing toward worries or planning the day ahead. Instead of engaging with these thoughts, simply acknowledge them and let them pass like clouds in the sky. This creates a mental clearing, a fresh canvas for your day. This brief pause introduces a fundamental teaching. The nature of mind is naturally clear and peaceful when we don't agitate it with unnecessary thinking. By starting your day with this reset, you're establishing a relationship with your mind rather than being directed by its habitual patterns. You're training yourself to respond rather than react. Over time, this practice strengthens your ability to maintain clarity even during challenging situations. Many practitioners report that this 2-minute practice transforms their entire day because it establishes a touchstone of peace they can return to when stress arises. The beauty lies in its simplicity. No special equipment or extensive training needed. Yet this brief reset connects you to the profound understanding that we are not our thoughts. We are the awareness that notices them. By acknowledging this space between stimulus and response, we cultivate true freedom. Each morning, this reset reminds us that how we begin matters, and that with just 2 minutes we can choose peace before anything else has a chance to claim our attention. This isn't about emptying the mind, but establishing a relationship with it that serves our highest intentions. Lesson 2. Gratitude before gravity. Before your feet touch the floor, take a moment to feel gratitude for 3 specific things in your life. This practice counters our mind's natural tendency to scan for problems and dangers. The ancient teachings tell us that gratitude is not just a feeling, but a practice of recognizing the interconnectedness of all things. When we acknowledge the gifts in our lives, we shift our perspective from lack to abundance, from isolation to connection. Begin with the simplest gifts, the breath that sustains you, the comfort of your bed, the gift of another day to experience life. This practice doesn't deny life's challenges but places them within a larger context of appreciation. The wise ones taught that suffering often comes from focusing exclusively on what's wrong while overlooking what's right. By practicing gratitude before gravity, before the weight of the day's responsibilities pull you down, you establish a foundation of appreciation that colors everything that follows. This practice works because it rewires our neural pathways. Our brains are naturally wired with a negativity bias, an ancient survival mechanism designed to keep us alert to threats. By consciously directing attention to the positive aspects of our lives, we create new neural connections that make gratitude more accessible throughout the day. We're not denying reality but expanding our perception of it. Practitioners often report that this simple morning gratitude ritual helps them remain centered even when facing difficulties. What makes this practice transformative is its cumulative effect. Like drops of water filling a bucket, each morning's gratitude gradually fills your awareness with appreciation. Soon you'll notice yourself spontaneously recognizing gifts throughout your day. The ancient teachings remind us that gratitude opens the heart, and an open heart perceives reality more clearly. By practicing gratitude before your day begins, you're not just feeling thankful. You're training yourself to see the world through eyes of appreciation, which naturally leads to greater contentment and compassionate action toward others. Lesson 3. The silent sip method. Prepare your morning beverage, tea, water, coffee with complete attention, and drink the first few sips in mindful silence. This practice transforms a routine activity into a ceremony of presence. The ancients understood that bringing awareness to ordinary actions cultivates a mind that stays present for both mundane and significant moments. As you prepare your drink, notice the sounds, smells, colors, and movements involved in this simple act of nourishment. When you take your first sip, fully experience the temperature, taste, and sensation as the liquid touches your lips and moves through your body. This complete absorption in a simple pleasure connects you to the present moment like nothing else can. The teachings remind us that life happens only in the present, yet we spend most of our time mentally dwelling in the past or future. This silent sip practice anchors you firmly in the now, training your attention muscle for the day ahead. This mindful drinking practice also helps us recognize the countless conditions that made this simple pleasure possible. The water, the plants, the farmers, the transportation systems, the cup maker, all interconnected in a web of mutual dependence. In this recognition, we touch the profound truth of interconnection that lies at the heart of wisdom teachings. Our seeming independence is actually interdependence, and this understanding naturally cultivates gratitude and responsibility. Many practitioners find that this silent sip becomes their favorite morning moment, a brief oasis of tranquility before the day's activities begin. The simplicity is precisely what makes it powerful. By fully engaging with this one small act, you're practicing the art of presence that can transform every moment of your day. You're teaching your mind that rushing isn't necessary, that there is time to be fully where you are. This silent sip method also serves as a reminder that throughout your day, you can return to this same quality of attention, creating small islands of mindfulness that refresh and restore your spirit. This practice demonstrates that spiritual growth does not require complicated techniques, just bringing full awareness to the simple activities we often take for granted. Lesson 4. The no phone rule. Commit to avoiding your phone for the first 30 minutes after waking. This creates a sanctuary of time, protected from external demands and digital distractions. The ancient teachings emphasize the importance of mastering our attention, rather than allowing it to be pulled in countless directions. When we immediately check our phones upon waking, we surrender our freshest, clearest moments to external influences before we've had a chance to establish our own intentions. This practice directly challenges the modern habit of digital dependency. Studies show that checking phones first thing in the morning triggers stress hormones and activates the brain's reward pathways in ways similar to addiction. By pausing this automatic behavior, you're practicing the fundamental teaching of non-reactivity, responding to life consciously rather than unconsciously. You're reclaiming agency over your attention, which the wise ones have always recognized as our most precious resource. The no-phone rule creates space for introspection and clarity that becomes increasingly rare in our connected world. This boundary-setting practice isn't about rejecting technology, but establishing a healthier relationship with it. You're declaring that your mental state upon waking deserves protection and care. Many practitioners report that this single change dramatically reduces anxiety and increases their sense of control over their day. What makes this practice powerful is how it honors the transition from sleep to wakefulness, a liminal state where our minds are particularly receptive. The teachings suggest that how we direct our attention during transitions influences our experience more powerfully than we realize. By protecting this transition time from external inputs, you're creating conditions for greater awareness and intentionality. You're also practicing the essential skill of renunciation, willingly releasing immediate gratification for greater long-term benefit. This morning discipline strengthens your ability to make similar choices throughout your day. The no-phone rule is not about deprivation, but about making space for something more valuable: your own clear awareness and intention before engaging with the wider world. Lesson 5. The 3-breath intention. Before beginning your morning activities, take 3 deep, conscious breaths while setting a clear intention for your day. This practice connects your breath, the most fundamental life process, with your deepest values. The ancient wisdom traditions teach that intention shapes reality in subtle but powerful ways. By consciously choosing how you wish to show up in the world each morning, you're aligning your actions with your highest aspirations rather than operating on autopilot. The first breath invites you to release yesterday's concerns and tomorrow's worries. The second breath centers you in the present moment, creating a foundation of awareness. With the third breath, you set your intention, perhaps to be patient, to notice beauty, to speak kindly, or to remember your interconnection with all beings. This intention becomes an internal compass that can guide your decisions throughout the day, especially during challenging moments when habitual reactions might otherwise take over. What makes this practice profound is its simplicity and adaptability. Your intention might change daily based on what you need or what challenges you anticipate. The teachings remind us that transformation doesn't come from grand gestures, but from small, consistent acts of alignment between our values and our behavior. By connecting intention with breath, something you'll do thousands of times today, you create an anchor for remembrance. Throughout the day, your breath can remind you of this morning commitment. Many practitioners find that this 3-breath ritual becomes a touchstone they can return to whenever they feel lost or overwhelmed. In just 3 breaths, they can reset their awareness and reconnect with their intention. This practice embodies the understanding that while we cannot control all circumstances, we can choose how we meet them. The wise ones teach that suffering often comes not from situations themselves, but from how we relate to them. By setting a clear intention each morning, you're developing the capacity to respond to life's unpredictability with greater wisdom and compassion. This brief practice initiates a powerful shift from living reactively to living purposefully. Lesson 6. The Walking Meditation Hack. Take just 5 minutes to walk mindfully, either outside or even just around your home. This practice brings awareness to an activity we usually perform automatically. The ancient pathwalkers knew that how we move through space reflects and influences how we move through life. During these 5 minutes, walk slightly slower than normal, feeling each step, the lifting, moving, and placing of your feet. Notice the miracle of balance, the sensation of movement, and your body's relationship to the space around you. This walking practice grounds abstract spiritual concepts in physical experience. The teachings tell us that wisdom must be embodied to be truly transformative. By bringing full attention to walking, you're integrating mind and body, healing the artificial split between thinking and being that causes so much suffering. You're practicing presence in motion, which helps you maintain awareness during daily activities rather than only during formal meditation periods. The beauty of this practice lies in its practicality. While sitting meditation can sometimes feel challenging, walking meditation offers a dynamic alternative that many find more accessible. It transforms the ordinary act of walking into a profound practice of awareness. Notice how the mind wants to wander to the future or past. This is normal. Each time you gently bring your attention back to the physical sensations of walking, you're strengthening your capacity for present moment awareness. Many practitioners discover that this morning walking meditation becomes a metaphor for their life's journey, learning to move forward with awareness rather than rushing unconsciously toward destinations. They report feeling more grounded throughout the day, less likely to be swept away by emotional storms. This brief practice helps develop the skill of moving through life mindfully rather than automatically. The ancient ones understood that spiritual awakening isn't separate from everyday activities. It's found precisely within them when approached with awareness. By practicing mindful walking each morning, you're training yourself to bring the same quality of attention to all your movements throughout the day, transforming ordinary actions into opportunities for awakening. Lesson 7. The Mirror Talk Twist. When you look in the mirror during your morning routine, practice kind self-talk instead of criticism. This teaching addresses our tendency toward harsh self-judgment. The ancient wisdom reminds us that how we speak to ourselves shapes our experience of reality. Many of us unwittingly carry an inner critic whose standards would be considered cruel if applied to others. This practice invites a revolutionary shift, speaking to yourself with the same compassion you would offer a dear friend. Notice the automatic thoughts that arise when you see your reflection. Instead of focusing on perceived flaws or worrying about how others might judge your appearance, consciously choose words of encouragement and acceptance. This doesn't mean empty praise, but genuine acknowledgement of your inherent worthiness beyond external measures of success or appearance. The teachings emphasize that true self-worth comes from recognizing your fundamental nature, not from achievements or attributes. This practice directly challenges the cultural conditioning that ties our value to our appearance or accomplishments. By choosing compassionate self-talk, you're aligning with the profound understanding that all beings deserve kindness, including yourself. Many practitioners find this simple mirror practice surprisingly emotional at first, revealing how accustomed they've become to internal harshness. With persistence, they report profound shifts in their relationship with themselves and, consequently, with others. What makes this practice transformative is how it exposes the arbitrary nature of our self-criticism. The words we speak to ourselves aren't objective truth, but habitual patterns we've internalized. By consciously choosing different words, we begin to recognize our agency in shaping our internal experience. The teaching suggests that compassion must begin with ourselves to be authentic when extended to others. This morning mirror practice establishes a foundation of self-compassion that naturally expands outward. By speaking kindly to yourself at the start of each day, you're cultivating a voice of wisdom and friendship that can accompany you through whatever challenges arise, replacing the harsh inner critic with a supportive inner ally. Lesson 8. The Nature Pause. Take a moment, even just 60 seconds, to observe something natural: the sky, a plant, birdsong, or morning light. This practice reconnects you with the natural world even amidst urban environments. The ancient teachers often sought wisdom in nature, recognizing that natural phenomena embody profound truths. By pausing to observe nature, you're stepping out of human-centered thinking into a wider perspective that the wise ones considered essential for true understanding. This brief nature connection counteracts what modern psychologists call nature deficit disorder, the physical and psychological costs of our increasing disconnection from the natural world. Even this minimal contact with natural elements can reduce stress hormones and activate the parasympathetic nervous system, creating physiological conditions conducive to clarity and calm. The teachings remind us that we are not separate from nature, but part of it, a truth easily forgotten in our climate-controlled, digitally mediated lives. During your nature pause, practice full sensory attention. Notice colors, textures, movements, sounds, scents. This multisensory awareness pulls you out of abstract thinking into direct experience. Many practitioners report that these brief nature connections become highlight moments in their day, unexpected portals to wonder and perspective. They're reminded of larger cycles and rhythms beyond human concerns, which naturally relieves anxiety about temporary problems. What makes this practice powerful is how it interrupts our habitual self-referential thinking. When we truly observe a natural element, we momentarily step outside our personal narrative and witness something that exists independently of our thoughts about it. The ancient wisdom traditions considered this shift in perspective essential for spiritual growth. This morning nature pause plants a seed of ecological awareness that can grow throughout your day, fostering a sense of connection rather than separation. By taking just 60 seconds to observe something natural each morning, you're cultivating what the teachings call dependent origination, the recognition that we exist within an interdependent web of life. This understanding naturally evokes both humility and responsibility, qualities essential for wise living. Lesson 9. The pre-breakfast silence. Eat your first food of the day in complete silence, focusing entirely on the experience of nourishment. This practice transforms eating from a mechanical activity into a contemplative one. The ancient traditions include various mindful eating practices, recognizing that our relationship with food reflects our deeper patterns of consumption and satisfaction. By eating your first meal in silence, you're practicing gratitude for sustenance and developing awareness of the body's signals. As you eat, notice the colors, smells, textures, and flavors of your food. Feel the sensations of hunger and satisfaction. Observe how your body responds to nourishment, This complete presence with eating embodies the teaching that spiritual practice is not separate from daily activities, but found within them. You're training yourself to fully experience even routine activities, rather than rushing through them on autopilot while thinking about something else. This silent breakfast practice also invites reflection on the countless conditions that brought this food to your plate. The sun, soil, water, farmers, transporters, and preparers, touching the profound truth of interdependence. Many practitioners report that this practice not only enhances their enjoyment of food, but also naturally leads to healthier eating patterns as they become more attuned to their body's actual needs, rather than eating from habit or emotion. What makes this practice particularly powerful is how it addresses our tendency toward constant distraction. Many people eat while watching screens, reading, or talking, never fully experiencing their food. This split attention reflects a deeper pattern of dividing ourselves from our experience. The teachings suggest that this division is at the root of much suffering. By practicing unified attention during your first meal, you're cultivating the capacity for complete presence that can transform all activities. This pre-breakfast silence establishes a template for mindful consumption that extends beyond food to how you take in information, experiences, and sensations throughout your day. It's a practical training in the art of being fully present for your life, rather than missing it through distraction or habitual patterns.